Okay, you still hurricane cooking?
I am, y'all. Hurricane is coming. It's supposed to be category 4 when it lands in Florida. When it hits land, and it's going to come right up through here. And it's supposed to be a tropical storm. We can have winds from 39 to 60 miles,
70, 80?
70 miles an hour. Y'all pray for us. We have 8 big, huge pecan trees in our yard. We're sitting right in the middle of them. Pecan trees have shallow roots, so and if we're supposed to get lots of rain, which means the ground will be saturated. If we have high winds, it'll just pull those pecan trees right out of the ground. So y'all pray that we don't lose any of our pecan trees, none of them fall on our house or our vehicles, and that we're safe. And we're praying for everybody in South Georgia and Florida that it will subside and not be and they say it's 400 miles wide. So I mean, it's huge. It's big. It's huge.
We've had to put up water. We're expecting to lose electricity.
We're for days maybe, but we've got lots of water. We've got water, put up water to drink. We've got water for flushing commode. We've got a lot of food. We've got a lot of food that we can eat, and so we've prepared the best we can, and that's what we're supposed to do in situations like this. So y'all just pray for us and pray for everybody that's in the path of this storm, please. So I did a video this morning on my bacon, egg, tomato chaffle, pepper jack spicy chaffle. It was so good. So I am prepared for the storm. I'm cooking us some venison and what we call deer steak. I had somebody say, don't say deer, say venison. But I've said deer all my life. It's deer steak. That's just...
It's the equivalent of what they buy in the store as cube steak, isn't
Right,
it?
yes. It's beautiful, beautiful meat. So healthy. I mean, it's just beautiful meat. And so the way I do mine is I'm going to kind of shallow fry it, and I'm gonna put it in I got my buttermilk out here, but I'm not sure I'm gonna use it. I've got salt, pepper, and I'm gonna put just a little bit of garlic in my flour. Now this is gluten-free flour, and if you don't want the flour, you just pan fry yours without the flour. But this is the way I wanted to do ours today. So I'm just going to stir this around, mix those seasonings up good, and I just salt and pepper. Even though I salt and pepper my flour, I still salt and pepper my steak just a little bit because we like ours just seasoned really well. And I think I am going to put just a little bit of buttermilk in it. It makes it taste just not much. It makes it taste just a little bit better. I'm going to put just a little bit because I don't want a really thick crust over it. I just want kind of a thin crust, so this is just a little bit of buttermilk. It just gives it a better flavor. And this is just like cube steak that you would buy in the grocery store. This is just a lot healthier. I've got my burner on behind me, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lightly coat my steak with flour. Now, if you know anything about cube steak, it's really tender and delicious. Really tender and delicious.
Doesn't take long to cook either, does it?
No. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. Give me a second. Don't turn it off.
Okay.
I need to cut some of these big pieces in two. But I need to get all that off my hands.
Okay.
And I've got a sink of good hot bleach water behind me. So y'all don't worry about my hands. They are clean. All right. Let's see if there's another piece. Yeah, that one needs cutting. Some of them will be small, then some of them will be really big. So I cut the big ones in half.
Either way, they don't last very long after they're
No,
cooked.
they don't. They do not last very long. So I'm just lightly, even though they got buttermilk on them, I am lightly coating them with this flour because I really don't want a whole bunch of flour. Now, if I wanted a thick batter, I would probably dip it in egg and then buttermilk and then flour. But I don't want a really thick batter today. So, all right. Okay, let me see if my oil is hot enough. I don't think it's quite hot enough. So I'm going to keep battering this, and then probably in a couple of minutes my grease will be hot enough and we're going to start frying. Okay, y'all. My grease is hot enough. And we're just going to start frying it. This is going to go quickly because cube steak, if y'all have ever cooked it, you know it doesn't take long to cook it at all. And I've got mine on medium high. Okay, there it is, until it gets brown, and I'll turn it, and maybe 5 or 6 minutes is as long as it takes to cook it, so we'll be back in a minute.
This is the way we turn our steak. Turn our steak.
Okay, y'all, so look how pretty.
Boy, that's already looking good.
I know. I'm not going to turn that one because I just put it in. All right. Now, I'm going to let it cook on that side. And I decided while that's cooking, I was going to make us some carrot salad. So, a lot of y'all have asked me about my little shredder here. I got it on Amazon. And as soon as I can get my granddaughter to help me figure out how to put a link something from Amazon onto my my video, I'm going to start putting links. I am an Amazon affiliate. I just can't figure out how to link things to it. So my granddaughter's going to come help me do that, and as soon as she does, then I'll start putting links to things that I use from Amazon and other places. All right, I love my shredder. Love it. Okay. This is going to be, we have lots of pears, so I usually put apple and pineapple in my carrot salad, but now my table is clean. I don't have a mat down, but my table is clean. I mean, I keep it clean. I wash it really well every time I use it. So I have peeled my carrots, and I'm just going to shred my carrots with my little shredder. Y'all, I think I paid $20 for this shredder. I think $20. And it's worth $40. I mean, it is really worth. I love it. Love it. So I'm just going to shred this while my steak is finished cooking.
Now, anybody that's worried about the carbs in the carrots and pears, don't worry about it. Grandmama has already calculated the load. When she puts the pears and the carrots in this mix with some pineapple, the end result, if you eat a half a cup serving, is a glycemic load of about 3. So it's nothing to worry about at all in glycemic load.
Nope. And it sure is good eating.
And it is good eating and it's healthy. This is why you can eat a lot more foods if you get familiar with the glycemic load rather than just carb counting.
Because our steak is ready. Now, when I take my steak up, I do not put it on paper towels. I put it on a rack. Because if you put it on a paper towel, that paper towel, it's just going to absorb this grease and it's going to be sitting in grease. I'm going to turn that.
That looks good enough to eat.
I know. All right, let me put the rest of my steak in. Now, this would be enough steak to last us several days. Our son lives next door, so...
we'll have to lock the back door.
Well, I'm preparing enough for him, too, during this storm. So, all right, let me get this down. Now, as you can see, I'm not putting much flour, not much batter on it at all. I'll go ahead and take that one up. Okay, we got one more piece. Put that in. All right. Now, we'll go back to our carrot salad. All right, now peel my pears. Now, apples I don't peel a lot of times, but pears, you have to peel them because they're just, the peeling is not, well, if you're just going to eat one, you can kind of eat the peeling, but the peeling is kind of tough, so you really don't want to put it in your food. Plus, the peeling is not pretty. I mean, it has spots on it. And, okay. And you have to get all that core out. All right. And I'm going to run this through my shredder. Like I did my carrot. All right, let me redo this. Okay. Ooh, plus that brings that juice out of that pear. Oh my, that's gonna be so good. And when Roy was in the hospital, they gave us these little fruit cups. Well, this one is pineapple. I brought it home because we didn't eat it. So I'm going to use a little bit. This is like, I don't know how much, like 4 ounces of pineapple. So I'm going to drain it. I'm going to finish cutting my pears. I'm going to take up this piece of steak because it's ready. And then by the time I get through with this, my steak's going to be ready. And it's going to be delicious. So we'll be right back.
Finishing it up, Tom?
I am. Okay, I drained my pineapple. Then that's 4 ounces, which is a half a cup. And I've got 3 pears. They were small pears. They came off our tree. And this is 3 large carrots. So I'm going to put the equivalent of like a half a cup. Now that's about a 1/3 cup of mayo to begin with. And we got all that juice out of those fresh pears. So good. Now, I'm not going, do you want me to put raisins or cranberries in this?
No.
Okay. If you want it to really be pretty, put some cranberries, dried cranberries, or craisins, raisins, whatever you like in yours. But to save on the carbs, I'm not going to do that. I love it in it, but I've already got the pineapple and pears and the carrots, so I'm not going to put any up. So a little bit more mayo, so that's about probably half a cup now of mayo. You don't want it too heavy with mayo, but you do want enough to really coat all of your carrots in your fruit. I may put just a few dried cranberries on top, just to make it pretty. Okay. All right, I'm gonna taste of it and see if I think it needs any stevia or allulose, which I've got right here. Step on my steak again. Ready. Okay, that's almost ready. I'm gonna taste of this. Now, if you don't want your sweet, leave it just like this. But we like ours with just a little sweetener in it.
Stevia?
Stevia. Well, this is a blend of, I made something the other day, and I made a blend of stevia and allulose, and I had some left, so I put it in this little container. So that's just a blend of stevia and allulose. Probably half and half. All right, I'm gonna taste again. All it needed was that. This is like a heaping teaspoon. It measures like a teaspoon and a half. So that was like a teaspoon and a half of my stevia or allulose. Or blend, whatever. That's a piece of carrot that got through the thing. Okay. My steak is ready. We've got some leftover green beans. We've got some of that bean salad that I made the other day. We still have just a little bit of that. So we're all set for lunch. All right, get this off my burner. All right, y'all.
You gonna fix us a plate?
I am.
Now, she put some flour on the meat, but of course it was
Gluten-free.
gluten-free. But truly, even gluten-free flour has carbs when you put it on something. But if you eat a piece of this steak and a half cup of the carrot salad with the fruit in it, just like it is, and maybe a few cranberries if she wants to do that, you still are under a glycemic load of 10 for the meal, because the green beans that she's going to add actually have no glycemic load at all. So this is a very healthy, low glycemic meal for people who are, concerned about that. Of course, if you're not concerned about that, just cook and eat.
Now, y'all, these are 50% less sugar cranberries. So, that's the reason I decided to put just a few in there, just for color. That's probably not even a tablespoon, but it just gives it a little color.
But one way to add raisins or something, if you want to add something that has carbs, you can, if you'll chop them up fine and just use it as a seasoning instead of just loading it up.
Right, yeah.
Boy, that's pretty, Rose. Mine, that's my plate.
This is Roy's plate because I would not get that much.
The green beans are over there behind you. If you want.
Are they? Okay.
To your right.
Let me.
Yeah, just put some.
Oh, okay. Let me stick them in the microwave for just a second. Hold on.
Now this is country. This is country eating here, and it's healthy country eating.
Yes, it is. And oh my, I love this carrot salad, y'all. Carrot salad is one of my favorites. When my brother was living, he loved carrot salad. And he'd go to restaurants and things, and sometimes they would grind it thick, coarse. And he got to where he was sick. He got to where he couldn't eat it like that. So every time he would come, I would make him carrot salad, and I tell you how I would do it so he could eat it. I would take my little
cheese shredder.
Cheese shredder right here on the very fine, and I would make his carrot salad with this, and he could eat it. That was one of his favorites. His name was Wendell. He was my older brother.
He was a wonderful man.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man. And so I would always make his carrot salad every time he would come, and he loved it. So, okay, now this is some stir-fried green beans.
As y'all can tell, she doesn't
we
throw
have.
out a lot of food.
No, I do not.
There's always
No,
another meal.
do not throw out. No, but I want you to look at this.
Ooh, that looks good. Grandmama,
Now,
wow.
this is lunch right here. This is lunch.
Woo, that's beautiful.
All right. I guess I'm going to have to taste. I'm just going to use my little knife here.
Yeah, because I don't want to get started on it. I can't just taste and quit.
I'm going to taste of the steak. Now, the way our son-in-law killed this, or maybe my granddaughter promised, she was 12. She killed her first deer, I think, maybe at 8 or 9. But I think this is one she had from last year, maybe. And she was 12 then. But they soak their deer in a big cooler in ice water for like 6 or 7 days. They keep it iced, really, 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 a lot of ice.
And draining.
And as it's draining, they're putting more ice and it's draining, putting more ice. And that draws a lot of the blood out of this, and it makes it so mild. It tastes almost like a beef. It is delicious. I better get a smaller bite than that.
Grandmama,
I know.
quit fooling around with your food.
Y'all. Y'all. This is so good. I'm gonna get some carrot salad with one little cranberry. Y'all.
And if you don't have deer, just get you some cubed steak or cubed pork. This is still a wonderful meal.
You talk about a meal. Now. This is the way we eat. This is delicious. And I love stir-fried green beans. Love them. All right, y'all. Food feasts family. Family feasts the heart. Almost got choked. God feeds the soul. Y'all put deliciousness back in healthy food. Y'all pray for us during all this bad weather. Pray for everyone that's in the path of the storm. And we'll see y'all later.